Imagine this. You've booked your dream vacation to Indonesia. You've packed your bags, double-checked your passport, and even planned every little detail of your trip. You arrive at the airport, excited to board your flight. But then, the agent at check-in tells you there's an issue with your visa. You can't board the plane. Why? Because you didn't apply for the right visa. You thought you had it covered, but now your trip is in jeopardy. This situation is more common than you might think. Many travelers assume they know all the visa rules, only to find out too late that they didn't meet the requirements for entry. It's a frustrating and stressful experience, one that can easily be avoided if you understand the visa process ahead of time. So how can you avoid this scenario and ensure smooth travel to Indonesia? In this video, we'll help you do exactly that. We'll break down everything you need to know about Indonesia's electronic visa on arrival, eVOA, in 2026. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of who qualifies for the eVOA, how to apply, and what steps to take to avoid any surprises at the airport. Stay tuned. What you will learn in this video. In this video, we will guide you through Indonesia's eVOA system in 2026. You'll learn what the eVOA is and who is eligible for it, which countries can apply for an eVOA, common misconceptions about the visa process, how to apply for the eVOA step by step, mistakes you need to avoid when traveling to Indonesia, special situations like connecting flights or dual nationality. By the end, you'll know exactly what to do to get your visa in order before your trip. You'll feel confident, prepared, and ready to take on your journey without any surprises. What is the eVOA? The Indonesia eVOA, Electronic Visa on Arrival, is a special visa system that allows travelers to apply for a visa online before arriving in the EU country. It's designed to make the process simpler and quicker. Instead of visiting an embassy or consulate or applying for a visa at the airport, you can complete your application online from the comfort of your home. The eVOA allows you to stay in Indonesia for up to 30 days, with the option to extend for an additional 30 days, meaning you can stay for a maximum of 60 days. Who qualifies for the eVOA? So who exactly qualifies for the eVOA? Here's a clear breakdown. Eligible nationals. The eVOA is available to citizens from specific countries. These countries have been approved by the Indonesian government to apply for the eVOA online. Tourists. The eVOA is mainly for tourists. If you're visiting Indonesia for leisure or vacation, this is the visa you'll need. Business travelers. The eVOA is also available for short business trips, for example, meetings, conferences, seminars. If you're traveling to Indonesia for these reasons, the eVOA is the easiest and quickest option. Who is exempt from the eVOA? Some travelers do not need the eVOA because of special circumstances. Citizens of Indonesia. If you're an Indonesian citizen, you don't need an eVOA to enter the country. Countries with bilateral agreements. Some countries have special agreements with Indonesia and may not need a visa for short visits. For example, citizens of Singapore and Malaysia often don't need a visa for stays of up to 30 days. Longer stay visas. If you plan to stay longer than 60 days, or if your trip involves working or studying in Indonesia, you'll need to apply for a different type of visa, like a social cultural visa or a business visa. Common misunderstandings about the eVOA. There are some common misconceptions that travelers often have about the eVOA. Let's clear those up. Myth 1. All countries can apply for the eVOA. This is false. Only specific countries are eligible for the eVOA. If you're from a country that isn't on the approved list, you'll need to apply for a visa through the Indonesian embassy. Myth 2. I can get the eVOA upon arrival. Many people think they can just show up at the airport and apply for the eVOA. This is wrong. You must apply for the eVOA online before you leave for Indonesia. Myth 3. It's just a piece of paper. Some travelers believe the eVOA is just a simple printed document. In reality, it's an electronic authorization, and you must carry it in digital form or as a printed copy when you arrive in Indonesia. Real-life example. Let's take the case of Sarah, a traveler from the UK. Sarah had booked a flight to Bali for a 2-week vacation. She assumed that since she was only staying for a short period, she could simply get a visa upon arrival. Unfortunately, when she reached the airport in Indonesia, she was told that she needed to apply for the eVOA before traveling. This delay meant she had to reschedule her flight and start the application process all over again. She ended up wasting valuable vacation time just figuring out how to apply for the correct visa. Step by step, how to apply for the eVOA. Now that you know who qualifies for the eVOA, let's walk through the application process. Visit the official eVOA website. You need to go to the official website to apply for the eVOA. Make sure you're on the right site. There are fake websites out there that might try to scam you. Fill out the application form. You'll be asked to provide basic information such as your name, nationality, passport details, flight information, and the purpose of your trip. Upload required documents. You will need to upload a copy of your passport photo page, which should be clear and readable. Make sure your passport is valid for at least 6 months from the date of your entry to Indonesia. Make the payment after submitting your details. You will be required to pay the visa fee. The payment can usually be made using a credit or debit card. Wait for approval. Once your application is submitted, it typically takes a few days to process. You will receive an email with the approval and your eVOA. Print or save your eVOA. Once you receive your approved eVOA, either print it out or keep it in digital form on your phone. Common mistakes section. Even experienced travelers can make mistakes when it comes to visa applications. Here are some common mistakes to avoid. Mistake: applying too late. Many travelers wait until the last minute to apply for their eVOA, which can cause unnecessary stress. Remember, it's important to apply at least a week before your departure. Mistake: providing incorrect passport information. Always double-check the details you enter in your eVOA application, especially your passport number and expiration date. A small mistake can delay the approval process. Mistake: not checking your passport validity. Your passport must be valid for at least 6 months from your intended arrival date in Indonesia. If your passport is close to expiring, renew it before applying for the eVOA. Mistake: forgetting to print the eVOA. Some travelers rely on just showing the eVOA on their phone. While this may work, it's always better to have a printed copy just in case there's an issue with your phone. Mistake: applying for the wrong visa. If you're planning a long stay, working or studying in Indonesia, you will need a different type of visa. The eVOA is only for short stays. Special situations section. Here are some special situations that might affect your eVOA application. Connecting flights in Indonesia. If you're just passing through Indonesia on your way to another country, you may not need a visa at all if you stay within the airport for a short period. But if you plan to leave the airport, you'll need to apply for an eVOA. Dual nationality. If you hold dual nationality, make sure to use the passport from the country that is eligible for the eVOA when applying. For example, if you hold both Canadian and French passports, but the French passport isn't eligible for the eVOA, you must apply with your Canadian passport. Expired passport. If your passport is close to expiring, you must renew it before applying for the eVOA. Airlines and immigration officials will not let you board or enter Indonesia if your passport is within 6 months of expiration. Step-by-step action plan. Here's a checklist to help you prepare for your trip. Check your eligibility. Verify if your country is eligible for the eVOA. Verify passport validity. Ensure your passport is valid for at least 6 months from your planned arrival date. Apply early. Don't wait until the last minute. Apply for your eVOA at least 7 days before your flight. Double-check your information. Review the details you input on the eVOA application form, especially your passport number and expiration date. Keep the eVOA ready. Print your eVOA or save it digitally to ensure you have it when you arrive in Indonesia. Check for any travel restrictions. Stay up to date with any travel advisories or new rules that might affect your trip. Final warning / important reminder. It's crucial to understand that visa rules can change at any time. Always double-check the official Indonesian government website for for the latest updates about the eVOA and any travel requirements. Don't risk being unprepared. Strong closing. We've covered everything you need to know about the Indonesia eVOA in 2026. With this knowledge, you can confidently apply for the eVOA and avoid the stress of last-minute visa issues. Smart travel preparation is the key to a smooth and enjoyable trip. So double-check your requirements, apply early, and you'll be ready to explore Indonesia without any visa hassles. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow travelers who are planning their trips to Indonesia. Safe travels. End of script.